People say this is 중급회화, intermediate English, which I think is true, but I think it kind of borders on advanced.
Yeah,
I think?
It's a middle to advanced stage of English conversation.
Right. So, everyone, if you're having a hard time understanding what's going on,
yes,
you're not alone.
No,
You're not alone.
We're not talking simply here.
No, I mean, it's not your fault. It's our fault.
But yes, we do speak in a more free, more native level style of conversation.
Right.
So that's why you should go out and get the book.
Yes, that's right. So it's still fairly the beginning of the month, the second week of the month.
Yes.
So please, if you have a chance, get an ebook online or get a physical book. And if they're sold out, you could get the ebook. But study with a book because that will make such a big difference.
Yes, it will.
Okay. So we've got a food dialogue and we are talking about kimchi this month.
One of your favorite subjects.
I'm the kimchi. Kristen's kimchi is my future business. After I retire from Power English.
Yes.
Yes, that's my new business. Yeah. Okay. The global popularity of kimchi. Let's get some kimchi. So, quick question to you, Cameron.
Yes.
You know, you have a lot of foreign friends. They like kimchi?
I think it goes kind of 50-50.
50.
Especially if you're talking about like the normal, like the pechu kimchi. That is probably 50-50.
Okay.
And then if you get to the more, shall we say, exotic kimchis.
Right.
Pa kimchi.
Yeah.
Those chungak kimchi.
Right.
Those type kat kimchi.
Yes.
Fewer people like that.
Yes. Okay. Totally understood. All right. Here are some expressions that we're going to cover today. An acquired taste. Okay. What is an acquired taste?
It is any type of food or drink. It's a flavor that when you first drink it, it's not very good.
Right.
But the more you eat it, the more you drink it, the more you like it.
All right. It's an acquired taste. Standard fare, F-A-R-E.
Standard fare means, this is pretty common for whatever situation, whatever occasion you have. It's like, that's normal.
Oh, okay. And then hold off on something. Hold off.
We can use the word refrain here. Basically, not doing something for a while. You're going to hold back. You're going to not do it until maybe a later time.
All righty. So those are the expressions that we're going to be looking at today. Let's go ahead and listen to our food dialogue.
While we're here, should we buy some kimchi? I know you eat it every day at home.
I'm surprised you like it so much. It's more of an acquired taste for non-Koreans.
I was in Seoul for 2 years, so it became standard fare for me when I went out to eat with friends.
This tiny jar is $10. That's expensive. Let's hold off on buying it for now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let's get some napa cabbage and a few other things. I'll teach you how to make it instead.
So I just realized, Cameron, that this is our first food dialogue of the month. And so this whole month we're going to talk about kimchi.
All right.
Okay.
You'll have a lot to talk about then.
We do. Okay. Miguel says, while we're here, should we buy some kimchi? I know you eat it every day at home.
Yes.
I like this pattern, while we're here. And don't we say, while we're here?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
But why do we need to say it?
So the meaning here, if you were to say it in Korean, is like 온 김에.
온 김에. Yes.
Another way you could phrase it is since we're here. Right?
Right.
Oh, because we are here, let's do something else.
Right. Right.
That is the meaning.
Yeah, and I tell you, these patterns don't necessarily need to be there.
Right.
We don't have to say while we're here. But it's just a nice transition into what you want to say.
We came all this way. Since we're here, let's just go and do it
while we're here. Yeah, okay. So let's buy some kimchi. And what does Sunny say?
I'm surprised you like it so much. It's more of an acquired taste for non-Koreans.
This is a very important expression.
Yes, it is.
Really, really, because when we eat different food from different cultures,
Yes.
a lot of it is an acquired taste. Let me spell it. A-C-Q-U-I-R-E-D. Acquired.
Yes.
Means to get.
Right, to get, to obtain, right? So it's kind of a flavor that you learn over time. When you first eat it,
Yeah.
but you keep eating it, and
Right.
you know what? I kind of like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, eating raw fish or hae was not like great in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's an acquired taste. You keep eating it like sushi or raw fish.
Yeah.
It's an acquired
It
taste.
definitely can
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
yeah. I think kimchi is a great example. Lots of maybe like beer, soju, those can be acquired tastes.
Sure.
You don't like them when you're young, but you
Yeah.
like them when you're older.
Right.
Coffee is a very big
Acquired-
acquired taste.
You're right. I didn't like the taste of coffee. I drank it for the caffeine.
Yes.
Now I love it. Just the smell of coffee makes me happy. Okay.
Yes.
That's an acquired taste. So Miguel says, I was in Seoul for 2 years, so it became standard fare for me when I went out to eat with friends.
Yes.
So when a particular food is standard fare, what does this mean?
So when something is standard fare, it means it becomes normal, it becomes expected, nothing out of the ordinary. So when Miguel says that it became standard fare when he went out to eat, it means that pretty much every time he went out to eat, he had kimchi.
Yeah.
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 It was maybe when he first came to Korea, it was surprising. There's 5 different kimchi
Yeah.
on the table
Yeah.
every time. But then, it becomes normal. You're not surprised by it anymore.
Right. It becomes every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's an everyday thing. So this is kind of a upgraded way of saying, like, I ate it every day,
Yeah.
or I ate it every time I went out to eat. Yeah, it's a standard fare. We'll give you
fare.
more examples in a bit. What does Sunny say?
This tiny jar is $10. That's expensive. Let's hold off on buying it for now.
You know, everyone, kimchi in the States,
Oh my gosh.
it's very expensive.
Oh.
Yeah, but if you go to the Hanin Matu,
Yeah, the
like
Korean
the Korean
supermarket.
supermarkets,
Yeah.
it's affordable. But they now sell it at kind of like American supermarkets, and that is really expensive.
Yes, and it's not good. Okay, I have to say,
Yes.
there's something about the cabbage grown in Korea. It tastes so much better than the cabbage in the U.S.
Absolutely.
Because, like, the American one is so bland.
Well,
The texture is wrong.
gochugaru, the pechu, the chokkat, all of that is different.
Yeah.
So it just cannot taste the same.
You just gotta import it from hold I think.
Yes, all right. So if you say, oh, that's expensive, let's hold off on buying it. So if you hold off on something,
Yes.
what does this mean?
It means that you are not going to do it now, but you may do it later. You need to remember here that there are 2 prepositions.
Yeah.
Hold, off, on. Yes.
Yeah.
And they're hold off on buying, so it means, maybe we'll buy it later,
Yeah.
but we're not going to buy it now.
Okay, so we have the expression hold on, which means 기다려, wait.
Yes.
Hold on. But this is hold off on.
Yes.
Very confusing.
It is confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know why we use off and on.
Yeah.
As an English speaker, even I think it sounds dumb, but but this is how we express it.
All right, hold off on, and then it's a verb, doing something.
Yes.
All right. So Miguel says, are you sure? And Sunny says, yes, let's get some Napa cabbage and a few other things. Okay, and she's going to teach him how to make it. Now, Napa cabbage is the name of the pechu that we call pechu. Cabbage.
Yes, right. There isn't, I don't know why we call it Napa.
I don't know.
Because it's
I
a
think
valley in
Well, I
California.
think maybe because it was started in California.
That would make sense. Like
Yeah.
more East Asian
Yeah.
immigrants brought it to California,
right,
maybe.
yeah. So Napa cabbage.
Napa cabbage.
So Napa cabbage, if you go to the States and you're looking for the pechu, you want, for the kimchi, you want the Napa cabbage.
Yes.
All right. Let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
While we're here, should we buy some kimchi? I know you eat it every day at home.
I'm surprised you like it so much. It's more of an acquired taste for non-Koreans.
I was in Seoul for 2 years, so it became standard fare for me when I went out to eat with friends.
This tiny jar is $10. That's expensive. Let's hold off on buying it for now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let's get some Napa cabbage and a few other things. I'll teach you how to make it instead.
It's time for Power Note. Please join us on pages 40 and 41. An acquired taste is something that basically you don't like at the beginning, but then later you really enjoy eating.
Yes.
Okay? So sushi is so gross. How can you eat raw fish?
I guess it's an acquired taste. You should come with me to try it.
So in Korea, it's like raw fish is part of our like traditional food culture.
Right.
But you have to understand that if you go abroad, there are many people who just have never tried raw fish or fish.
Yeah. Where I'm from, we eat very little fish at all.
Really?
We eat Maggie, but we eat
That's your fish,
we
yeah.
eat catfish,
Catfish.
and we fry it.
Yeah.
It's Maggie tigim. I
Yes.
think they have it in
Yeah.
Korea actually.
Yeah. Maggie's very good. I love catfish.
But yeah, I think that raw fish especially, I think you have to have good raw fish, good hui first.
Okay.
And then you can eat the like average level stuff.
Yeah. Here's another great example of Korean food where it's an acquired taste. 산낙지.
Ah, yeah.
Do you?
I love it.
You see?
Yes.
You see, you love 산낙지. That's not something that people love right away.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, there isn't a strong flavor. I think there is a little bit of that like visual, and when
Right.
you chew it, it's weird.
And yeah.
You know when you chew it and like it's still the leg like sticks to your lip,
Yes.
like it's still like sucking onto your lip. But I love chamgiram. I love sesame oil.
Yeah.
So that's why I eat samgyeopsal. It's an excuse to eat all the chamgiram you want.
That is so true because
Yeah.
the flavor is the changgiram and the salt, not the nakji. The nakji is the consistency, like it's the texture.
Right. It's
Yeah,
like aguchim. You really just eat it for the
콩나물.
sauce. Yeah, and the 콩나물.
Yeah.
The agu itself doesn't have a lot of flavor.
It's true. So true. So acquired taste is something, you didn't.
Didn't like it at first, but you keep eating it.
You keep eating it, and then it becomes really good. It's an
Yeah.
acquired taste. Great. Okay, so when something is standard fare, it means that something that is common at in a particular situation or occasion or event.
Yes.
Let's see how it's used here. Your sister said you and your dad got in a big argument last night.
Arguments are standard fare at family dinners at our house.
Okay, so this is used in a very interesting way.
Yes.
Like arguments are normal.
Yeah, they're nothing surprising. I'd expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes with the territory. All right. Rice is standard fare with every meal at my house.
Yes. So especially if you're like an East Asian household, a South Asian household, even a lot of African cultures.
Oh, yeah.
Rice
Rice.
is their main kind of staple food, right?
That's right.
So, yeah, of course you would expect it at their house.
All right.
It's a standard fare.
Standard fare or a staple. But of course, when we talk about the word staple, usually we're talk about like a particular necessity. So it's like a standard fare staple, very close in meaning when it comes to food, when you're talking about food.
Yes.
But staple gives you the feeling that it's more of a necessity,
Right.
that it's required.
It's the biggest portion of something that you need. Yeah.
That's right. So let's get some more examples of the standard fare. So arguments are standard fare. You know, certain type of food is standard fare at the Korean Korean table, like having 10 banchan, okay, 5 banchans
Yeah.
at a Korean dinner is standard fare. What else?
Let's say overtime work is standard fare at a Korean company. You know, you should expect that you're going to be probably working about at least 5 hours of overtime a week.
A week? Yeah.
That's nothing surprising.
Nothing surprising. And that's the key point right there. It's nothing surprising. And I think that's where, that's what you want to remember when you hear this word, it's standard fare. Oh, it's usual. It's nothing surprising. So, you know, recording at least 8 shows is standard fare for us.
Yeah.
You know, when we come to EBS.
Just at one time.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be surprised to have
It's
to
not
do that.
surprising.
Yeah.
It's normal. Okay. All right. Hold off on.
Yes.
So remember those 2 prepositions, which means to delay, to kind of stop from doing. Okay. Hold off on booking our flight for Cancun. My schedule might change.
Oh no. Did your boss move your vacation days again?
So when you have a project, when you have a plan to do something, you're going to go somewhere. And if you say, hold off on that or hold off on doing something, it means stop.
Yes.
We got to delay. Okay. Joey held off on asking Sally to marry him until he could afford a ring.
Yeah. Have to maybe it's interesting for both of these. You have a plan to do something, but you're deciding not to do them right now. So in one case, the vacation days are going to change maybe. And the other one, he needs to save some money.
Yeah. And I have to say that I really can imagine hearing this in the office very often. Like, oh, we're going to have a meeting next week. So everybody think there's a meeting. Then the boss says, okay, wait a second. Hold off on that meeting
Yes.
next week.
We got some things changing.
Yes. Oh, we're going to go on a business trip next month and see our, you know, overseas branch. Hold off on that trip.
Yes. Or hold off on that email. I got some new information we need to change.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's not saying that we're going to cancel it completely, just kind of delay it.
Yeah, just
All
wait.
right? Wait. Okay. Our power pattern today is while we're here. And this is going to be our power pattern for Power Pattern, our new
Yes.
show on Audio Ohakdang. So what does this mean, while we're here?
So while we're here, since we're here, because we've come to this place,
Yeah.
let's do some action.
All right. While we're here, let's go to the jewelry shop and look at rings.
While we're here, I'd like to get a sandwich.
Okay.
온
very
김에
good. 온
이거
김에.
하자.
그래. Okay. Napa cabbage is our power vocabulary on page 42. Do check out the explanation and let's thank our sponsor.
한국토익위원회에서 취업과 승진을 위한 토익 스피킹 응시권을 드립니다.